the object that will change your view of space. Forever. A silent traveler drifts through the void, older than the sun, untouched by time, and unlike anything humanity has ever seen. Captured by Mars orbiters, it challenges every law of physics we know. This isn't just another space discovery. It's the object that will change your view of the universe forever. The discovery that shouldn't exist began as a routine sweep of Mars' upper orbit, a quiet day for China's Tianwen-1 orbiter, collecting dust and plasma data from the red planet's magnetosphere. Then, without warning, one of its long-range optical sensors registered something impossible, a metallic reflection gliding silently across the void. At first, engineers assumed it was a sensor glitch or a fragment of space debris. But when the data streamed back to Earth, what they saw made the control room fall silent. The object was large, far too structured to be random, and moving with a precision no natural body should possess. Its light curve showed no spin, no vapor jets, no trace of dust, and yet it maneuvered ever so slightly against the pull of Mars's gravity. Analysts replayed the footage frame by frame, searching for errors, until one whispered the question no one wanted to ask: what if it's not debris? Within hours, Tianwen-1's instruments focused all available sensors on the anomaly. The readings came back scrambled, electromagnetic echoes unlike anything previously recorded in Martian orbit. Radiation spikes hinted at an exotic composition, something ancient, perhaps alien. The Chinese Space Agency classified the data, alerting only a small network of astrophysicists and mission specialists. Word spread quietly through encrypted channels, leaking eventually to observatories in Europe and the United States. NASA analysts confirmed the object's trajectory was interstellar, inbound from deep space, not born of our solar system. But even more disturbing was its behavior, slight course corrections, as though responding to gravitational gradients with intent rather than inertia. The headlines hadn't broken yet, but inside the scientific world a storm was already brewing. What Tianwen-1 had found wasn't just a new comet or asteroid. It was an intruder, an object that should not exist, rewriting the rules of celestial motion and igniting a mystery that would challenge every assumption humanity held about the cosmos. A signal from Mars, Orbit 4. Several days. Tianwen-1 tracked the mysterious object in silence, its sensors tuned to every wavelength, waiting for the faintest clue of what it might be. Then, on the fifth orbit, the quiet was broken. A whisper, an irregular pulse in the electromagnetic spectrum, flickered across the orbiter's instruments. It wasn't background radiation. It wasn't cosmic noise. It was something structured. Engineers thought at first it was an internal echo, a reflection from the orbiter's own systems. But as the data repeated, always with the same precise modulation, the pattern became undeniable. The emissions came directly from the object, faint, rhythmic, and mathematically consistent, as if following a code. China's Mission Control immediately dispatched the raw data to its Deep Space Analysis Division. Within hours, an onboard AI began cross-referencing known signal types: solar flares, gamma bursts, pulsar interference. The results were startling, a 97% mismatch with all natural profiles. The AI classified the emission as non-terrestrial origin, probable interstellar. The implications were staggering. The object was not just near Mars. It was likely passing through the solar system on a trajectory that began light years away. Its spectral composition, too, didn't align with any known asteroid family. Instead of silicate or ice, the readings hinted at trace elements found only in the remnants of ancient, first-generation stars, matter older than our own sun. When the preliminary report reached international channels, the reaction was immediate. NASA's Deep Space Network began scanning the region, while the European Space Agency redirected the Mars Express orbiter to verify the data. In Washington, Geneva, and Beijing, quiet conferences erupted into urgent briefings. Something foreign, possibly ancient, was moving through Mars' orbit, sending signals no one could explain. For the first time in recorded history, humanity had detected an object that not only came from beyond the solar system, but also appeared to be talking back. Unveiling 3 Atlas. When Tianwen-1's first high-resolution images arrived on Earth, what appeared on the screens defied every expectation. The unidentified object wasn't an irregular rock drifting through space, nor did it bear the dusty halo typical of comets. Instead, it shimmered, sharp, deliberate flashes of light reflecting from surfaces that seemed almost geometric. Engineers enhanced the footage frame by frame, tracing the glints across multiple wavelengths. The reflections weren't random. They repeated at consistent intervals as though emanating from flat, angular planes. Something about the precision unnerved the analysts. Natural bodies rarely display such symmetry, and never with this consistency. Spectral analysis deepened the mystery. The object's surface emitted bursts of radiation inconsistent with known asteroid compositions. In ultraviolet, it burned like polished metal. In infrared, it seemed to absorb and re-emit energy in complex patterns. After cross-referencing with historical data, experts ruled out every plausible natural explanation. It wasn't metallic debris, it wasn't ice, and it wasn't a conventional interstellar rock. The International Astronomical Union quickly designated it 3I Atlas, the third officially recognized interstellar visitor after Oumuamua and Borisov. Yet even within that small elite category, this one stood apart. Oumuamua had been mysterious for its acceleration and cigar-like shape, Borisov for its familiar cometary tail despite alien origins. But 3I Atlas? It behaved like something engineered, a body that chose how to reflect light. Teams from NASA, ESA, and China's National Space Administration pooled resources to triangulate every photon it scattered. The results revealed a structured body, polygonal, layered, and possibly rotating around a stable axis, though not in any predictable rhythm. Some frames even suggested an outline, a faint lattice pattern that shimmered as it moved. To the untrained eye, it could have been mistaken for a satellite. To those who knew better, it was an anomaly without precedent, a silent enigma older than the sun itself, gliding past Mars with mathematical grace. And as the final image data streamed in, one unsettling realization began to crystallize across the scientific world. 3. Atlas was not behaving like an object merely passing through space. It was performing. Older than the sun. When scientists began analyzing 3I Atlas's spectral data, the numbers didn't just raise eyebrows, they shattered cosmic assumptions. Its light signature carried isotope ratios no material from our solar system should possess. Hydrogen lines were subtly skewed, carbon and oxygen isotopes fell outside every known solar pattern, and traces of elements like lithium and beryllium were distributed in ratios unseen since the universe's infancy. To the astrophysicists studying it, one conclusion became unavoidable: 3 Atlas was older than the sun. This wasn't a fragment of some lost planet or a displaced asteroid wandering between orbits. It was a relic forged in an era when the cosmos itself was still finding balance. The isotopic ratios hinted that it had formed from the ashes of the very first generation of stars, ancient titans that lived fast, burned hot, and died in cataclysmic supernovae long before our solar system even existed. Every element in its composition told a story of violent beginnings, where matter was not yet stable, and creation itself was raw, chaotic, and magnificent. The object carried within it the fingerprint of population 3 stars, the mythical progenitors of all cosmic matter. For the first time, humanity wasn't just observing an interstellar traveler. It was examining a messenger from the dawn of everything. As the data rippled through global networks, the scientific community was left in awe and discomfort. How had something so ancient survived unaltered? Why was it here now in the vicinity of Mars? And perhaps most hauntingly, if it had journeyed across the void since before our sun was born. Had it been traveling with purpose all along? A cosmic messenger as more data arrived from 3I Atlas. A sense of reverence spread through the scientific community. Researchers began to realize that this object wasn't just ancient, it was a living record of the universe's earliest epochs. Every particle, every spectral line, seemed to carry information from a time before planets, before life, before our sun even glimmered into existence. Astrophysicists proposed a bold idea. 3I Atlas could be a stellar archive, a fragment of material ejected from the first generation of stars, population 3 stars, that had endured billions of years in the cold void. Each isotope, each elemental fingerprint, was a message, a testament to the processes that shaped the cosmos long before humans walked the earth. Supernovae from these primordial stars had forged elements heavier than hydrogen and helium, scattering them into space. 3I Atlas appeared to carry this cosmic debris in a preserved state, a time capsule sailing through interstellar space. Its surface, reflective and structured, might have acted as a shield, preserving these materials from cosmic radiation and collisions over eons. The implications were staggering. If this object truly held matter from the universe's first stars, studying it could offer a direct glimpse into cosmic creation, unlocking secrets that no telescope or simulation could otherwise reveal. Researchers spoke in hushed tones of being able to trace the very life cycle of the earliest stellar generations, to understand how the building blocks of planets, asteroids, and ultimately life itself had first formed. Conferences and virtual briefings erupted worldwide. Teams cross-referenced isotopic signatures, debated its trajectory, and simulated its formation. Every calculation reinforced the same conclusion. This was no ordinary interstellar visitor. 3I Atlas was a messenger, a relic of the universe itself, traveling silently across light years, carrying whispers of creation from a time humanity could barely imagine. And as telescopes tracked its continued passage near Mars, a quiet question hung in the air, unspoken but unmistakable. Was the object merely a cosmic archive, or did it carry a message meant for those ready to read it? Hidden patterns as high-resolution imaging and AI-driven enhancement techniques were applied to 3I Atlas. The object revealed something extraordinary. Beneath the rough, comet-like surface, patterns emerged. Subtle lines, reflective facets, and geometric contours that defied natural formation. Deep learning algorithms highlighted symmetries so precise, so consistent, that even the most skeptical astronomers paused. It was as if the object had been designed rather than formed by cosmic chance. Panels and angles caught the light in ways that suggested intentional alignment, almost like a code written in geometry. Shadows fell along straight edges, reflections followed repeating sequences, and surface textures appeared to mirror each other across multiple axes. Natural erosion, collisions, or radiation could not account for this level of uniformity. The global scientific community reacted with cautious astonishment. Some researchers argued it was an extraordinary quirk of physics, a frozen accident of pre-solar processes. Others whispered the unthinkable. Could this relic, older than our sun, carry evidence of intelligent creation? Every new frame produced by AI revealed more structure, intensifying the debate and drawing attention from agencies accustomed to anomalies far less provocative. Speculation spread quickly. Was 3I Atlas simply a cosmic relic with remarkably ordered mineral deposits, or was it a vessel, a message encoded in matter itself? The combination of its pre-solar age, unusual reflectivity, and now these geometric patterns challenged the very definitions of natural interstellar objects. As researchers continued their analysis, the tension between wonder and doubt grew. One thing was clear: 3I Atlas was no ordinary visitor. Its surface suggested purpose, symmetry, and perhaps intent, leaving humanity to confront the possibility that it might not just be a messenger of the stars, but a message from an intelligence long extinct or far beyond our understanding. Global scientific response. The revelation of 3I Atlas and its unusual patterns triggered an unprecedented global response. NASA, ESA, and CNSA mobilized their top scientists, pooling telescopes, orbital data, and spectral analyses in a rare collaboration. Virtual conferences connected teams across continents. And for a brief moment, the world's most advanced minds moved in unison, united by curiosity and the weight of discovery. Yet beneath the surface of cooperation, tension simmered. Interpretations of the data diverged sharply. American researchers leaned toward caution, describing the object as a pre-solar relic exhibiting extraordinary but natural phenomena. European teams, inspired by subtle geometric patterns and reflective anomalies, quietly suggested that 3I Atlas might carry signs of artificial design. Chinese scientists, observing the same dataset through the lens of Tianwen-1, emphasized the object's potential as a cosmic message, a call from the deep past encoded in matter itself. These philosophical divides were amplified by political undertones. Each agency navigated pressures from national interests, funding authorities, and public expectation. Every conference became a delicate balance, sharing findings while protecting sensitive observational methods, debating interpretations without undermining collaboration. Despite the friction, the combined effort produced unprecedented insights. Spectral data was cross-verified across Earth and orbital instruments. Isotopic measurements were compared, and AI-enhanced imagery was analyzed collectively, ensuring no detail was overlooked. The coordination allowed researchers to confirm the object's age, composition, and peculiar reflective patterns with a confidence no single agency could achieve alone. Yet the debates persisted. Was 3I Atlas a natural messenger, a relic of the universe's earliest stars? Or was it an artifact of unknown origin, a message deliberately constructed for observers like humanity? The tension between wonder and skepticism grew with every new frame, every new calculation. Even as the world watched from afar, the international scientific community grappled with the same question. How do you study a phenomenon that defies both physics and expectation, and could fundamentally change humanity's understanding of its place in the cosmos? Theoretical shockwaves. The moment 3I Atlas revealed its pre-solar age and structured anomalies, the very foundations of astrophysics trembled. Models of cosmic formation, once considered immutable, suddenly seemed incomplete. How could a single object, older than the sun itself, survive the violent processes of stellar evolution and interstellar travel while retaining such precision in its geometry? Scientists realized that conventional explanations, collisions, accretion, or natural erosion, fell dramatically short. In laboratories and observatories worldwide, equations were rewritten. Researchers explored possibilities that had once seemed purely theoretical. Micro-scale manipulation of matter by unknown forces, long-lived materials impervious to cosmic radiation, and gravitational anomalies that might preserve structural integrity across eons. The data prompted a reevaluation of cosmic chronology itself. If 3I Atlas truly predates our solar system, it carried traces of universal history older than anything Earth had ever studied. The shockwaves extended beyond physics. Philosophers, information theorists, and even computer scientists weighed in, pondering whether the object's apparent order implied intelligence. Could matter itself encode meaning? Could 3I Atlas be a message intentionally preserved and sent across the void? Some speculated that its structured facets represented a form of communication, a universal language awaiting recognition. The implications were profound. Humanity was no longer merely observing the cosmos. It was confronting evidence that intelligence, or at least purposeful design, might exist on scales far beyond human comprehension. Every model, every simulation, now had to account not only for matter and energy, but for pattern, preservation, and potential meaning embedded across interstellar distances. As theories multiplied, from exotic particle dynamics to speculative artificial constructs, one consensus emerged. 3I Atlas was more than a relic. It was a challenge, a catalyst forcing humanity to rethink physics, history, and perhaps the very definition of intelligence itself, the silent witness. As 3 Atlas continues its slow, deliberate drift through the solar system, the world watches in silent awe. Its trajectory carries it past Mars, beyond the reach of most observatories, yet its presence lingers in human consciousness. No explosions, no collisions, just a solitary object, older than the sun, gliding through space as if aware of its observers. Scientists reflect on what this relic represents. A fragment of the universe's infancy, a tangible remnant of stars that burned before our solar system existed. Every isotope, every structural anomaly, whispers secrets of creation, survival, and cosmic endurance. It is a witness to epochs that humanity can scarcely comprehend, a messenger from a time before Earth itself was formed. Philosophers and thinkers ponder the broader implications. 3I Atlas challenges assumptions about randomness, order, and intelligence. Its presence invites questions not only about where we come from, but about what lies beyond the observable cosmos. Perhaps the universe is far more deliberate than previously imagined, with histories encoded in matter itself. In the quiet aftermath of observation, the object leaves humanity with a mixture of humility and inspiration. For every theory it defies, every expectation it shatters, Phi Atlas reminds us that the cosmos is vaster, older, and more mysterious than we can measure, and that our story is only one chapter in a universe that has been writing itself for billions of years.